Welcome to episode 9 of CarlRyds Plays Prison Architect. This is the episode where we look at intelligence and remote control. So in the last episode we set off contraband and we set off remote access, getting that all sorted out. And we have the contraband, which opens up the intelligence screen now. So this new screen shows us the supply of weapons and the demand for weapons, tools, narcotics and luxuries across our prison. And it also shows us here in each room what the prisoners can steal from those rooms. And you see like metal things will set off metal detectors. And we actually need to set up metal detectors outside of the workshop there so they can't steal metal items. They can also improvise a shank in there as well. And this button shows us the contraband found by our guards within the last 24 hours. If you click on it, you'll see where it's found, you'll see where it's been within your prison and where it was stolen from. So that one was stolen from the kitchen and managed to get out because there's no metal detectors there, but it would have been picked up if we had some metal detectors there. And it also shows you the owner as well, so he's there. The next one is the last 7 days. You can see all the contraband in the last 7 days where it was found. So it was found, some of these were found outside by our little doggy who found the drugs that were being smuggled in to the prison. And also you can see informants as well. So if we had any informants, it would show in this screen. Those are basically the people who are feeding us information about the prison and what's going on. And it also shows you the reputations of your prisoners. So that guy was a snitch, that's why he got killed. There's a snitch coming in the next lot of intake as well. There's ex-law enforcement and snitches there, so there's quite a lot of snitches. And we don't have like anywhere to put them at the moment, so they're kind of sitting ducks. And these are quite cool as well. This is information that we know about from like tapping phone calls or tapping or by just general intelligence about what's been arranged to be thrown over walls in the future. Most of it comes from the phone tap, so you'll be able to find out from that. So we've been, if you go into utilities here, you'll see that we've been listening into these phone calls here from these phone booths here to find out this information. So there's one phone call being listened to there at the moment. So his phone call was being listened to. So we now know what he is going to be doing. If he's got anything scheduled to be thrown over the walls or brought in via contraband, then we know about that. And we got some trouble up here. I think we sorted that out pretty quickly. But I do want to get these snitches, I want to get them reclassified as protective custody. Now at the moment that doesn't really do a lot because we don't have anywhere to put them. However, it will do in the future when we actually have a protective custody wing. But I think protective custody have to go back to their cells more. Let's check the regime. Okay, we haven't actually set up a protective custody regime yet. It's dangerous to have them working and stuff, but I think that it's fine for the minute to have everyone doing the same thing. But when we start getting bigger prisons and more deaths and things, then we need to look at getting them their own wing and things like that. So that's intelligence. So you'll be able to see all the places there. So we do need to put up some more metal detectors. Look at all the stuff you can steal from the staff areas and also the medical areas there as well. There's a lot of smelly items, metal items that can be stolen there as well. So that's definitely something to look for as we go along. Let's take a look now at remote access. That's coming along nicely. Have we got any grants we can take? Security, dog handlers, armed guards, can't do that yet. Superior beds, crack down on drugs, find 10 illegal. We can do that. We've already found 10 within our prisons. We got that. Let's put that on as well. So we do have some things to do in that grant, so we do need to do the armed guards. We're doing that in the next episode, but we have now got $40,000, so that's going to do us well for our remote access and things like that. I want to put some metal detectors up in these areas here, so they don't go around stealing all the metal items and using them against each other, because that would not be cool. Get rid of that light, it's going to be in the way. I think that's enough for now, and we've got 30 prisoners in at the moment, 3 protective custody, 3 maximum security, 6 normal security, and 18 minimum security prisoners. So I'm going to turn off intake so we don't get any more of those at the moment, and we're going to take a look at a little bit of remote access. Now, remote access is in the security room with CCTV and our phone tap. So if we go into our utility screen, you'll see that we've got a lot more options now. We've got a door control, where you can place these servos on top of doors and they can be remotely accessed, remotely opened by guards. You do need a guard man in it, just like you do for CCTV and the phone tap. You can also open doors using pressure pads, and you can also have a status light as well, telling you whether the door's open or closed. And you can have a door timer. Now, I love these door timers. I've used them in other prisons before. And basically, you can make it so you can set it up in a way that it follows the regime. So you'd set up a door timer in the security room that controls the servos on these doors, and these will only open between 11 AM and 12, and 8 PM and 9 PM when it's time to eat. So you can basically make it follow the regime, and that's what I want to start doing today. I want to start getting some of these doors on remote access as well. So I'm probably going to start by popping in one of these door control units. Now, if I remember rightly, that's 1, 2, 3, that's 2, 3. So if I do it there, then you've got enough space for another CCTV and some more phone taps as well. But if I remember rightly from what they were saying, you can have as many door servos connected to these as you want, but it'll just take longer for them to open, basically. We're getting a bit low on power, aren't we? So I could do with moving this water pump so I can fit some more capacitors along the top here. So let's see where I can move it to. Once they've took it down, I can move it. I might move it 1 up just so I can fit in the capacitors there. Okay, so that's in. It's just waiting for a member of staff to come and man it. Okay, so I'll bob the water station back up here. That way I can fit more capacitors along here. Just make sure that that goes all the way into there, like it should do. That should work better, there we go. So now we have a lot more power there as well. So now we can start setting up some door servos. So I'm going to start it in this area here, the little security area. So I'm going to bob 1 on top of that door, 1 on top of that door. These are $200 each. I'm going to bob 1 on top of that door and that door. And I'm also going to put 1 on top of the visitation doors as well. So we've got a few being installed at the moment, so you'll see our our workmen going along installing them. So those door servos are they're $200 each. And they're being installed on top of the doors now. And they need power as well, just like everything else. I think these metal detectors needed a bit of power over here as well. So we'll connect that to the grid. Just to make sure they're all on. They are. So we've got our lovely metal detectors picking up people who are being naughty. Alright, so they're installed. So all we need to do now is do what we do with any other wired objects and connect them together. Now, when you're connecting multiple door servos to a door control, if you hold down Shift, it lets you set multiple ones to it, like so. And I think there was 2 down here as well. There we go. Now I'm going to set up what I said earlier. I'm going to set up lunchtime with a little... I want to put them along here with some status lights, so I need to move this filing cabinet, desk and chair. I need to move it somewhere. Let's see where we can put it. Might put the desk in this corner over here, and I might put the filing cabinets over here. Now I've got space here to put some door timers. Right, so now we'll get this door timer installed, and I'm also going to put a status light next to it. And basically what you do is you connect the door timer, well, once it's in, the status light. We'd set the power up as well for it. Like so. While that's installing, we'll get some door servos on these entrances to the canteen. Put one that way. Oh, wrong place. Put that there. And then we can close these doors at every other time then. Also, during work time, if you have your prisoners working in the kitchen, you can also put door servos on these staff doors, and it'll keep them open during work time. So your prisoners are not getting stuck by those doors, because they usually do otherwise. So I'll wait for them to be installed. Pop this on normal, so it's not open all the time. Does mean we're going to have to put some metal detectors on this end as well, because they'll be crafty and go through that way instead. Otherwise, yeah, there's power there. Alright, so we should have this installed now. So, door timer. Just stop everything for a minute. Door timer. So, as you can see in this little box here, whenever it's eat time, you can have it open, or you can set it at certain times of the day. And you need to make sure you select any security group as well, because it defaults to normal security. So just make sure you select any security, and during eat time it's open. So we can connect this, press the connect button, connect it to that status light there. So it shows up, it's probably because I'm not in game mode. There we go. So it's connected, so when that door timer is activated, that status light will be on as well. And now we can connect these to the timer. I think it has to go the other way though. So you have to connect the timer to each of them like so. So again, hold down Shift to connect multiple ones. And now whenever that door timer is activated during eat time, that status light will come on and these doors will be opened. And the lights will go green and stuff as well, so your prisoners can get into those areas during feeding time. And these are you can also connect the door control system to those doors as well, so they can open them manually for you. We could do that. It's a bit unnecessary though, for these kind of areas. Okay, so we have door servos on these doors. I want to put some on these doors here, because then we don't need guards in those areas doing it for us. So if we bob it, I think it has to go there, I think, and bob it there, autosave, there, there, and there. So we'll get those installed. I think that's the right place they're meant to be. Yeah, because it would make sense, wouldn't it? And they need power, just like everything else. So we need to make sure that they've all got power. There we go. Make sure all these guys have got some power. There we go, so we should have power now, so they should be active. So, once we connect them up, they'll be opened automatically. So we're just waiting for the last few bits of power to be installed. Guards are having to open them manually at the moment, because there's no actual system. You see how these are being opened now, remotely? Guards obviously can open doors themselves, but other members of staff can't open jail doors themselves. So it's really good to have this in place. So I'm just going to put some metal floors under these doors here while I'm waiting. Is everything installed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're all installed. We're all good. So we're going to go to our door control system. Go connect. Hold down shift, that one, see it's already there, you know, opening, that one, and that one. So those are all set up now. So whenever we get like a delivery or we get new prisoners, those doors will now be opened automatically. Which means we don't need this giant guard patrol anymore. We can just keep him in the middle here, just patrolling the main areas of the prison. Visitation, I don't think we'll take him into visitation and into reception, but we don't need to take him all the way down to the bottom and all the way up to the top there, because we don't need to anymore, because we now have an automated system, remote access, doing the doors there for them. And we can also do that kind of stuff with the work time as well. So we can put some door servos on here, door servo on here, here, and also on these doors as well. So it should open, that door should open that way. Oh, I think I just deleted it. I did. On there. I don't like the way this door opens. I want it to open the other way. There is a way of doing it. I think you have to. So that's normal, then you go rotate, and it should now open the other way. So if I install this, it should open that way, rather than that way, which it does. There you go, there's a little tip for you. And now I can put a door servo, do utilities, put a door servo that way. So now we can set one up for work time. I don't think there's any, is there anywhere else they work? They've just got normal doors anyway. Storage, no. I don't think there is anywhere else. Logistics, prison labour. Just there, the kitchen and those two, but those have got normal doors on them anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. What's going on? It's a good job we're getting an armory in the next episode, isn't it? We're going to get tasers. Love a taser. Get a lovely taser. And some shotguns as well. You see these doors are opened because it's foodie times. Working brilliantly. So we need to set one up now for work time, and then I think that's a bit of parole hearing going on here. That's his chance of getting out. 68% reattending. He's not going anywhere. There you go. That's on. Shows us that it's working. So we can get our door timer here. This is going to be for work time. So we got eating, work, and then we'll have the others along here as well. Just getting those installed by our workmen, who are doing a fantastic job this episode. Get that connected to that, and this will be on work time, which is that one there. This box is very small on a Retina MacBook, but you can see it. Work time open, so it'll be open at work time. And now we connect this to each of these door servos. Again, holding shift. So you can select more than one at once. And I'm also going to open these door servos as well during work time, so it's just gone into work time. Set that to normal, and that's a normal as well. Does mean, just like last time, we are going to require more metal detectors now that we're opening these doors as well. But we're going to have cell blocks on this side, so it's really necessary that we have these areas covered as well. So those are all awesome. So you can see our guys going in there now, working hard, keeping those doors open. But when it gets to any other time, those doors will be closed and only staff can then get through them doors. We had an issue where, in fact, these doors should be open during work time, shouldn't they? So let's do it this way. So they're already connected to the other one, but you can connect them to multiple servos. As you can see there's now 2 lines going to that one from each of the timers there. So the canteen is also open during work time as well, so they can get to the kitchen and clean up in there and stuff as well. So work time's one of those areas where security takes a little bit of a back foot, because you've got to make sure that you've got some room for your prison labour to clean and stuff. So it is a little bit of a security issue, but yeah, we got guards and stuff. We can sort any issues out that arise from it. Let's get more power in here so we can bob in some more of those in the future. And I think that's it for this episode of CarlRyds Plays Prison Architect. I think one of the longest videos we've done, but I think we've done some really great work. We've got our intelligence screen up so we can see who everyone is. We can see the contraband last 7 days, last 24 hours. So you can see these metal detectors are working brilliantly because they're being detected by these metal detectors. So it was thrown into the prison here. He carried it up here. He went into here, into the canteen for some food, and it was detected by the metal detector. So that is working perfectly. We've got all our dangers as well, last 24 hours, 7 days, and our informants. And we also got our great remote access system up and running as well. So that's it for this episode of CarlRyds Plays Prison Architect. I'll see you next week for episode 10, where we're doing forestry and the armory. See you next time. Bye!